Hello YouTube, my name is Nero. Today we have some more Call of Duty World War II. Welcome back to the PC Open Beta, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the final full day of the World War II PC Open Beta, and over the course of this weekend, there have been leaks, there have been patches, weapon balancing updates, hackers, aimbots, all sorts of news and stuff to talk about. And because of this, nobody has really been talking about another event that happened this weekend within the Call of Duty series. Advanced Warfare's Xbox 360 port is now backwards compatible on the Xbox One, which means if you have a 360 version of the game, you can pop it into your Xbox One and it's now going to work. You're probably wondering, why is this important at all? And I'm going to tell you guys why it's important, but better yet, I'm going to show you guys why this is important. So here's a chart I put together. It contains 10 straight Call of Duty games that all came out for the Xbox 360, and they are placed in the order they were released. Now let's go ahead and fade out the Call of Duty games that are now backwards compatible on the Xbox One. Would you look at that? COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3, the Modern Warfare trilogy, is not backwards compatible on the Xbox One, despite these games being some of the most popular and beloved in the entire Call of Duty franchise. COD 4 revolutionized and modernized the entire series. Modern Warfare 2 is widely considered to be one of, if not the best Call of Duty game of all time, despite all of its inherent problems. And Modern Warfare 3 is the best-selling Call of Duty game in the entire franchise, believe it or not. Yet for some reason, they have decided to prioritize making the Xbox 360 ports of Ghost and Advanced Warfare backwards compatible over these games. Doesn't make a lot of sense. This is incredibly telling if you ask me. They are definitely working on something with the Modern Warfare IP, in my opinion. I get why they didn't remaster COD 4. It just makes sense, right? Activision doesn't want any competition for Modern Warfare Remastered. Why get people playing COD 4 again, when instead you can get them to spend money on a remastered version of the game that is full of microtransactions? It just makes a ton of sense. But what I don't get, however, is why they would ignore Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. It seems like they're just leaving a ton of money on the table by not making it so these games are available on the Xbox One store, which, keep in mind, that is why backwards compatibility works. They're not doing this as some sort of an act of charity. They're doing it because they make a good amount of money from these games becoming backwards compatible and being put on the Xbox One store. That's the ultimate goal here, and I often see people arguing that backwards compatibility doesn't matter. They're saying it's no big deal, just plug in your old system and you'll be fine, right? I can see where those guys are coming from, but the reason why backwards compatibility on Xbox One works out so well is because of the convenience factor, right? People are willing to spend that $20 for the convenience factor. A lot of fans sold their old games back in the day. Maybe they sold their Xbox 360 when the Xbox One came out, or maybe their 360 doesn't work anymore, or they lost their old discs, or they don't have a working controller anymore. There are tons of reasons out there why fans can't play the older Call of Duty games, and so by making it so these games are backwards compatible, those who still do have their old discs can just pop it into their new system for free and play the game they want to, or if they don't have the game, they can buy it digitally on their new system and play with a revitalized community, right? Even an old dead game like World at War jumped up from 200 players to 7,000 players overnight just because it became backwards compatible. And I understand that that community doesn't stay there forever. They usually just go back for fun for a couple of weeks, then it kind of dies back down to its normal population. But regardless, it's still fun to have that many people going back and playing an older Call of Duty game. So I would love for every COD to be backwards compatible on all systems. I really do feel for you PlayStation guys, because for some reason, Sony decided to make it so the PS4 just isn't backwards compatible by nature. Don't know why they decided to go with that, but maybe somehow in the future they could do something by working with Activision to get some sort of a re-release on that system so they could play the older games. I don't know what they could potentially do, but in my opinion, guys, there are 3 logical reasons why Activision would not be making the Modern Warfare trilogy backwards compatible. Number 1, they're remastering Modern Warfare 2 soon, and they don't want it to compete with its original self. Number 2, they're adding Modern Warfare 2/Modern Warfare 3 content to Modern Warfare Remastered and making the game essentially a best of Call of Duty, kind of similar to Call of Duty Online. And number 3, they're working on some sort of a Modern Warfare trilogy collection where maybe they re-release all 3 games in some sort of a higher resolution re-release bundle for modern systems. I don't know what it could potentially be, but it's just very interesting to me that they decided to go around the entire entire Modern Warfare series when it comes to backwards compatibility, despite these being some of the most popular games, not even just in the Call of Duty franchise, but gaming in general. These games are wildly popular. There has to be a reason why Activision is leaving all of that money on the table. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you guys here in this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. Do you think we will be getting a Modern Warfare 2 / Modern Warfare 3 Remastered, or why do you think they have decided to skip the Modern Warfare trilogy when it comes to backwards compatibility? Doesn't make a lot of sense in my opinion, so I'd love to hear what you guys think. Once again, hope you enjoyed. Drop me a rating, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.